Hello friends, welcome to the 7th wave of Basics of Vedic Astrology. You can subscribe to my channel, and if you like my videos, you can leave your comments below, and other links are also mentioned down below in the column. In this episode of 7th wave, we would be learning about the exaltations, debilitations of planets, own sign and mooltrikona. Basically, mooltrikona is the positive sign of a planet, and fixed significators of houses. Now do not confuse this fixed significator of houses along with fixed significator of planets. The fixed significator of planets are different from those of fixed significator of houses. This is a different thing. Do not confuse this with the significations of planets. Do not confuse them. So, starting with exaltation and debilitation of planets. Now, I have made this chart so that you can easily see which sign of which planet is the exaltation sign. Now, in the exaltation sign, a planet's strength is entirely harnessed. Now, in these signs, the planets are really very strong. They can provide their entire influence. The signification of the planet is entirely harnessed. It will give its full potential. It will give its full result when a planet is exalted. Now these exaltation signs of a planet are fixed. They do not change. If a planet like Sun is in Aries, Sun gets exalted in Aries, Moon gets exalted in Taurus, Jupiter in Cancer, Mercury in Virgo, Saturn in Libra, Mars in Capricorn, and Venus in Pisces. So for example, if your Mars is in Capricorn, now Mars will be entirely capable of giving all its good results. All the potential that Mars has, all the significations of what Mars has, it will all be harnessed through this house. And it will give all the results in accordance to this house. So these signs and these planets, these are the exaltations of the 7 planets here. Now I will show you the debilitation. Okay, the debilitation sign is basically right opposite, 180 degrees opposite to that where the planet is placed. For example, if Sun is exalted here, the Sun gets debilitated in the 7th sign, the Libra sign. If Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, it will get debilitated in Capricorn. Same as well, if Mars is exalted in Capricorn, it will get debilitated in Cancer. I'll show you the slide. You can see this. Saturn was exalted in the 7th, now it comes to the Aries, it gets debilitated. Sun was exalted in the Aries, now it comes to the Libra and it gets debilitated here. Mars was exalted in Capricorn, but right opposite to it in Cancer, Mars gets debilitated, and Jupiter was exalted in Cancer and Jupiter gets debilitated right opposite in the 7th house from the Cancer sign. Now this diamond chart helps you easily to identify how well planets are placed, what are the aspects of the planet, which houses the planet is aspecting. So these are few benefits of the diamond chart. So Saturn gets debilitated in Aries, Mars in Cancer, Venus in Virgo, Sun in Libra, Moon in Scorpio, Jupiter in Capricorn, and Mercury in Pisces. So when a planet is debilitated, it is not capable of giving all the good results. There will be problems, issues pertaining to the signification of that planet, pertaining to that house in which the planet is debilitated. There will be dents in those houses where the planets gets debilitated. So now we will further move on to the positive houses of the planet. Now as you already know, every planet leaving the luminaries Moon and Sun, every planet owns 2 signs. Like Mars owns Aries and Mars also owns the Scorpio sign. But the Mars has positive sign as Aries. Mars mooltrikon sign MT. In short we call it MT. The positive sign is Aries. The positive sign for Moon is Taurus. The positive sign for Sun is Leo. The positive sign for Mercury is Virgo. Libra for Venus. Sagittarius for Jupiter. Now as you know, exaltation is the maximum strength of a planet. If a planet is exalted, it is at its highest peak. But these positive signs are a little less, as in these are also very good, very good indeed. But the full power of a planet when it is exalted is harnessed. But in own sign, the positive sign, the planet behaves comfortably, but not at its full. So these signs of these planets are their positive signs. In these signs, the planets give good results, definitely good results, but the maximum power of these planets is not harnessed. For example, if exaltation was 100%, then these positive signs are like 75% of the planet. Now we will go to the significations of the houses. Now these planets are fixed significators of these houses. No matter where the planet is placed in a horoscope, these planets will be fixed significators. For example, the significator of ascendant is Sun. And if Sun in a horoscope is weak, like Sun is debilitated in a horoscope, then there will be a dent on the ascendant. The initial health of the native, the initial looks of the native, the character of the native, the temperament of the native, all these will be dented. So Sun is the fixed significator of ascendant. Jupiter and Mercury. As you can see, Mercury is also the significator of speech, and it works for the second house. If Mercury is not well placed, or it is afflicted, or it is debilitated, then definitely there will be issues pertaining to the speech. Like a person could be stammerer, or he would not have a clear thought of what he wants to say. He won't have an eloquent speech. There will be trouble. I mean, at times he would say something which he was not supposed to say. So Jupiter, on the other hand, being the fixed significator of finances, wealth, this also represents your wealth. This house represents the wealth. So Jupiter also becomes the significator of this house. So if Jupiter is weak, then definitely your wealth, your bank balances, your properties, or anything which you have as fixed assets, fixed wealth, it will be dented. Mars becomes the fixed significator of the third house. Moon and Mercury become the fixed significator of the fourth house. Jupiter becomes the fixed significator of the fifth house. Now Jupiter is also a fixed significator of progeny, of children. For example, if Jupiter is placed anywhere in the horoscope and this Jupiter is debilitated, or it gets dented, or it is afflicted by malefic planets, then there will definitely be issues with the fifth house. The fifth house, the characteristics of the fifth house will be dented. It could be your progeny, it could be your children, it could be your education, it could be your thought process. So all these things, any one of these things may get damaged, or may not be able to give its entire result. So the fixed significators of the sixth house are Mars and Saturn. The fixed significator of the seventh house is Venus and Mercury. Now this here is very interesting. Now Venus works as a fixed karaka for wife for men. If the Venus is afflicted by malefics, or Venus is debilitated, then definitely there will be troubles pertaining to this house. in relationship of marriage, in relationship of getting a life partner. So if Venus is dented, then there will be definitely trouble pertaining to your wife. But if Venus is dented, then it won't give as much trouble to females, because Venus is also a feminine planet. If Jupiter is, on the other hand, if Jupiter is afflicted in a horoscope, it is debilitated or afflicted, because Jupiter works for husband, for a female, then in that case the 7th house of a female chart will get dented if Jupiter is weak. So we'll get next to the 8th house, the 8th house. Now Saturn becomes the fixed significator of the 8th house. Saturn will represent your longevity. If in a horoscope Saturn is debilitated or Saturn is weak, then definitely it will hamper the longevity of a native. The fixed significator of the 9th house is Sun and Jupiter. The fixed significators of the 10th house are Sun, Saturn, Mercury and Jupiter. The fixed significator of 11th house is Jupiter, because Jupiter represents wealth. 11th house is also your income. If there is problem with the Jupiter, then there will be a problem with your income. The fixed significator of the 12th house is Venus and Saturn. Now Venus, if Venus would be strong, the comforts of bed represented by the 12th house would be better, would be good. On the contrary, if Saturn is afflicted in a horoscope, Saturn is debilitated or Saturn is weak, or it is afflicted by malefics in a horoscope, then this 12th house, the ill effects of the 12th house, like hospitalization, like jail, or maybe unnecessary expenditure or wastage of money, these will get activated. So all in all, these are the fixed significators of the 12 houses. Don't mix them with the fixed significators of the planets. The fixed significator of houses are different from the fixed significators of planets in Vedic astrology. Well, please leave your comments if you have any doubts, any confusions regarding this video, and if you like my page, if you like my videos, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you.